What's up, everybody? Crash here. Welcome back to Crash Against the Spread. Today is Friday the 5th. We got a lot of games to go over. There's 14 NBA games today. We're coming off a 3-0-1 day. Pretty good day. Hit everything except for the push on the Nuggets against the Warriors -3. If you got it at 3.5, it was a loss. If you got it at 2.5, it was a win. But the Joker hit a half-court shot at the end to end the 127 tie to put him up 130 to 127 to end the game. So the over also hit. The under hit in the Bucks-Spurs game, and the Spurs covered 9.5. So great day all around. Hope we get another one like that today, but we got 14 games to go over, and we'll have more than 4 bets for it too. So let's get right into it. We have the Hawks and the Pacers starting out tonight. Hawks are 4.5-point underdogs on the road against the Pacers, and the total opened up at 264.5. It's since been back down to 262. I still like the over. These teams are averaging in the 120s per game and giving up 120 something per game each. And in the short month of January and a couple games in December, the Hawks are averaging over 130 points. So I think we're more familiar with the Pacers because they've played some more high-profile games on television, but the Hawks score just like them. So with everybody healthy, I still like the over 262. Celtics and the Jazz. I'm leaning towards the Jazz. Jazz are 14-point underdogs on the road. They are completely healthy. They have been playing better basketball in the last 10 games. The Jazz are 7-3 and 6-1 in their last 7. So they are in the upswing. They did cover that loss that they had in those last 7 games. So they have been pretty competitive against the spread as well. So I'm going to lean towards the Jazz against the Celtics on the road, plus 14. The Thunder versus the Nets is the next game. Nets at home, 5-point underdogs to the Thunder. These two teams just played on New Year's Eve. It was 124 to 108 was the final score of that one. So the Thunder won by 16, and I believe they were 7.5-point favorites. So the line is still on the Thunder here, leaning towards the Thunder with the point spread. So I'm going to go ahead and take it before it rises anymore. Thunder -5.5 is what I have. Nets just, still in free fall mode. So we're not going to back them until they start winning some games. Knicks and 76ers. 76ers are at home. They're 6-point favorites. I am going to back the Knicks this time. I've been trying to keep track of how they've been doing after this trade, and they're 3-0. So look like they're on the upswing. Totals at 226.5. I thought about the under, but not really positive on that. I think either of these teams can catch fire, and if defense isn't a factor, then this total will fly over. So I am going to lean towards the Knicks at the +6. That's going to be my bet for that one. Wizards and the Cavs. These two teams just played a couple days ago, and the Cavs blew them out. So I think it's a home and home. They were in Cleveland both times. I think the same thing is going to happen again. Wizards started out the game competitive, and the Cavs just started pulling away towards the end. Ended up winning by, I think, 39. I think it was 140 to 101. So we're going to rock with that. The total's at 240. It's right where it was the last game, so we're not going to mess with that. But Cavs -10.5. It's going to be our play for that one. Clippers and Pelicans. Clippers are 1-point favorites on the road. I don't really like this game. I mean, it could be a competitive game. These two teams are on the upswing, but I don't really like to pick a side in this game. I think it can go either way. Clippers have a reputation for not winning games in this current landscape, I guess, with this 4 superstars on their team. They should be doing a lot better than they had been. And they did have an upswing where they were winning a bunch of games towards the, after the start of the season, started getting their flow. And now it's just kind of like, nobody's really paying attention to them. Or I'm on the East Coast and I'm not really paying attention to them. But I feel like the Pelicans and the Clippers are in a similar boat where if they're fully healthy, they can beat anybody. And if one of those stars are sitting, then it's kind of iffy. It's kind of up in the air. So I believe everybody's healthy for the most part right now. I would lean Clippers. They've lost the last 3 games to the Pelicans. 2 last year, 1 this year. But this is the first meeting that they have this year. Second meeting this year. The other one was in November, I believe. So I'm going to stay off that game. I would lean Clippers, but staying off of it. Hornets and Bulls. I also want to stay off this game. Zach LaVine is able to come back today, but he's still questionable on the report. And I think that if he does come back, it may throw the Bulls' rhythm off. If he's out, I think they may be still good. Hornets had a surprise win the other night. I don't know what they're thinking. So we're going to stay off this game. Just watch it, see what happens, and plan for the next one. Timberwolves and Rockets. This is the first meeting of these 2 teams this season. Rockets won the last one last year, but we know we got completely different squads. For the most part, new coach on the Rockets, a couple new players. I'd rather see what happens on this one than try to force a bet, so we're going to skip that one for now as well. Rockets still the better home team this season, so let's pay attention to that, see if they can make it work at home against the Timberwolves. Blazers and Mavericks. I'm going to lead Mavericks. That spread is kind of high at 10.5, but as far as the rosters go, I do believe the Mavericks are the better team, and both centers are out. So I think it might be a higher scoring game, a lot of perimeter shots, and a lot of fast pace up and down the floor. So I'm going to lead Mavericks. Not really excited to bet that one, though. So take that for what you will. Heat and the Suns. Suns are at home. -4.5. Kevin Durant is a game time decision. Jimmy Butler out. Still leaning on the Heat on the road to cover the 4 points. It's either they're probably going to win at this number, or the Suns are going to beat them. But I can't really trust the Suns, so I'm still leaning Heat. Totals at 229. Don't really have a feel for that either way, but I do like the Heat plus the 4.5 on the road versus Suns team, where we don't know which Suns team we're going to get. Magic at the Nuggets. We just talked about what happened with the Nuggets yesterday. They won a nail biter. They had to come all the way back. They were down 18 points with 6 minutes left in the game. So they came all the way back, expended a lot of energy to get that win in San Francisco last night against the Warriors. And now they're 9-point favorites against a scrappy Magic team, which I think is where we're going to be. We're going to be on the side of the Magic, +9, +9.5, wherever you can get it. There's a couple different numbers out there. But I am going to be on the Magic against the Nuggets tonight on their back end of a back-to-back. Pistons at Warriors. We know what just happened to the Warriors last night. They lost a heartbreaker to the Joker, and now they got to host this Pistons team who is dying for another win. So I don't want to bet the side on this one. I can see Golden State being furious of what happened and not letting the Pistons get anywhere. But I can also still see a scrappy Pistons team keeping it close against these Warriors, and the Warriors winning by 6-7 points at the end of the game. So going to stay off of this one. Do expect the Warriors to win outright, though. Grizzlies and Lakers. I like the Grizzlies plus the 4.5. LeBron is questionable. A couple other people out. Hachimura out. Grizzlies fairly healthy. This line opened at 5. It's down to 4.5. I think it could go further. The total is dropping from 228.5 to 227. So if the Lakers were closer to a pick'em, maybe, but I'd like the Grizzlies at plus 4.5, and I kind of like the over. If a couple of those Lakers aren't playing, and we got people like Austin Reeves and a couple of the supporting cast for the Lakers running up down the floor, I think it could be a faster paced game, trying to keep up with John Morant and the Grizzlies. So going to lean in the over direction and in the Grizzlies direction in that Grizzlies-Lakers game. And the Raptors and the Kings to end out the night. It's our very last game. We got the Raptors as 4.5-point underdogs to the Kings in Sacramento. I like the Raptors. I like the Raptors because they've been also on the upswing since that Knicks trade. And RJ Barrett and Emmanuel Quickley seem to have gotten in a little rhythm. And I know RJ Barrett is from that area and likes playing out there. So while they're on this upswing, we're gonna ride them for a little bit until they even it back out. So Raptors plus 4.5 on the road is going to be the pick for the very last game. Tomorrow we got some football, and Sunday we got some football. So I'm going to be getting ready for that tonight. So hope to see you back this weekend, Crash Against the Spread. Let me recap these picks real quick because there was a lot of them. Hawks Pacers over 264.5. 262 is where the current number is. Jazz plus 14 against the Celtics. Thunder minus 5.5 against the Nets. Knicks plus 6 against the 76ers. Cavs minus 10 against the Wizards. Heat plus 4. 4.5 against the Suns on the road. Magic plus 9 against the Nuggets on the road. Like the over in the Grizzlies and Lakers game. And I like the Raptors plus 4.5 against the Kings to keep it close in Sacramento. So those are going to be the picks. Lock those in. Let's get this money. And we'll see you back here this weekend for some NFL picks. All right. Talk to you then.